Today, we look at the latest innovations in home automation and security that you can control and monitor remotely. Is home automation in your future? We go to Toledo, Ohio to take part in a window makeover that will increase a home's energy efficiency as well as curb appeal. When we hear about life insurance, we're often bombarded by different types that offer different protections and investment opportunities. A major leader in the field will clarify life insurance types for your ultimate benefit. This is the show all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. We are Designing Spaces. Technology has transformed home security and automation, providing us the ability to monitor and control our homes from virtually anywhere, anytime. We can now access many home functions that make living easier, more efficient, and give us peace of mind. To take a look at the latest in security and smart home connectivity, Designing Spaces teamed up with one of the leaders in the industry, ADT.
At ADT, we're all about uncompromising security. And in today's busy world, our customers need ways to save time, so we're also all about convenience and control. Home automation used to be expensive and complicated, but with ADT, users can get a leading home security system with the added convenience of remote security management and home automation. Our ADT Pulse system is affordable and easy to use. But what really sets it apart is what's behind it. The monitoring centers, the ADT expertise, the quick response. So while it gives you great control and real-time information and video, it's all backed by real security experts.
ADT Pulse offers a wide spectrum of features that incorporate both security and home management into one solution. Once a homeowner uses the system, it becomes easy to see how security and home management applications are seamlessly integrated together.
These days, there are a lot of off-the-shelf home automation devices, but by integrating them into a full-featured, monitored security system, you get a much better total solution that is much more secure. Our ADT Pulse app that works on Android or iOS is simple and intuitive. You can remotely arm and disarm your security system. You can lock and unlock your doors. You can receive text alert notifications. And HomeView provides a quick floor plan that you can at a glance view your home and all the devices in it. These conveniences actually help decrease your vulnerability. And soon, we'll have remote garage door control, which will allow you to open and close your garage door remotely. All of this comes with 24/7 monitoring, with 6 interconnected monitoring centers across North America. What this means is that if one shuts down, emergency signals can be answered by any of the other centers.
The home automation features of the ADT Pulse solution provides homeowners with the ability to perform a number of household functions without being home, including monitoring the activities in their home.
I've had the ADT Pulse system for about 30 days, and it's a great system because it allows me to interact with the house throughout the day. I could constantly check the air temperature inside, check any motion sensors, turn the alarm on and off, and really keep track of what's going on in the house.
You can adjust your thermostat from anywhere, such as when you're leaving work, so that you can return to a cool or warm home depending on the season. We offer cameras with wireless and low light options that can be set up anywhere in and around your home to stream secure live video or record pre-scheduled clips. You can even be notified by video message when your child comes home from school.
These conveniences can translate into smart security measures. Front entrance lights can be programmed to go on and off at certain times when you're away. A common misconception about home automation is the price tag. Prices are more affordable than ever, and home automation can help save money on energy, including heating and cooling bills.
The ADT Pulse system allows me to manipulate the temperature and thermostat settings in our home, as well as the lights. With automation features, I can go into the system either directly or while I'm away through my iPhone or computer and change the settings to better conserve energy while we're here or away.
A home security and automation system can lower your home insurance costs and increase the value of your home.
Consumer needs are always evolving, and that's why at ADT, the future is always now.
Arrive home mode.
And with Pulse Voice, our new voice app, you can control your home with your voice when you're home or away from home. And of course, because we're ADT, we made sure that it's secure with voice authentication technology, which responds only to your voice. That's our DNA at ADT. We offer these important services and technologies, and we do it the only way we know how, with a company of experts behind it, all ready to help you. At ADT, our goal is to give you true peace of mind by providing you with uncompromising security.
For more information on ADT, visit their website, adt.com, Designing Spaces, and click on the appropriate video. Designing Spaces is off to Toledo, Ohio to witness a house undergo a window makeover. The new windows will make a big difference. But what does it take? How much better are the new windows? Well, take a look and we'll see.
Here at Designing Spaces, we travel the country to bring you the latest and best innovations to help you when designing, building, or renovating your home to make your space safe, comfortable, beautiful, and energy efficient for you and your family. Today, we're here in Northwood, Ohio, as this home gets a window makeover. We're here today with President and CEO of Sunrise Windows, Joe Groino, who's going to take us through the process today. Joe, welcome to Designing Spaces.
Thank you, Kevin. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Joe, tell us what the plan is for this house today.
Absolutely. This house was built in 1999 using wood windows, and when you go inside, you'll see that these windows have deteriorated and rotted significantly. What we're going to do is we're going to replace windows in 3 different rooms within the house with our premium line of Restorations vinyl windows. Okay. The finishing touch to each of these installations will be Madeira, which is our premium hardwood trim product. And we're going to do this using what's called a full frame replacement for each of the installations. This means that we'll tear out the old windows all the way back to the studs, including the frames. And this enables us to do a couple things. First of all, it enables us to check for problems that could exist that have been hidden by the frame, like water penetration or even insect infestation. But most importantly, it enables us to maximize the viewing area of the window. Windows are a major investment, and homeowners expect them to last. At Sunrise, we manufacture custom vinyl replacement windows and patio doors that are backed by a lifetime warranty.
So, Joe, with a house like this, so many windows, which one do we start with first?
It's an excellent question. We're going to start with the archtop window in the bathroom. Now, this shape provides a lot of great natural light to the room. It also provides a great view of the front lawn and the garden. And the homeowners have chosen a white double hung window with colonial grids for this installation. And we'll finish it with our Madeira premium interior hardwood trim product. The Madeira is actually custom fabricated to fit the opening just like the window is, so it can be installed in just minutes at the end of the installation. If you do trim work or finishing work at the job site, it can add hours, even days, to the length of a project.
Joe, where are these Sunrise windows manufactured?
Actually, not far from here in Temperance, Michigan.
Temperance, Michigan. I would love to see the factory. Can we?
Absolutely. We'd be honored to have you visit.
Well, let's go.
Great.
All right. So, Joe, this must be where the magic happens, right?
It is. Sunrise has been manufacturing custom vinyl replacement windows and patio doors for over 20 years. Each window or door is custom built to maximize the viewing area, and we add to the products all the finishing options we've been talking about, including interior and exterior colors, wood grain looks, wood interior trim, hardware, and even blinds between the glass. Ultimately, our objective is to enable homeowners to work with our dealers to make a personal statement in their homes.
This is quite an operation. What do you say we head back to the house and check on the progress?
Sounds great.
All right. back at the home where the first new window installation is in. And Joe, wow, what a difference.
New windows really brighten up a room, they create instant curb appeal, and actually the return on the investment is outstanding as well.
Well, it looks like this is going to be the next room on the list. Joe, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the transformation of the windows in this office is going to be quite impressive. When we talk about focusing on the beauty of windows, we talk about maximizing the viewing area. And what's happened here is these windows were replaced in the past using what's called a pocket or insert method. And that means that the old window was removed, but the old frame was left in place. And when you put a new window inside of an old frame, you obviously condense the viewing area. The homeowners also chose a cherry wood grain interior and matching Madeira hardwood trim. And that obviously will complement the various pieces of furniture in the room.
Can you bump me out just a hair on the bottom?
As you can see, the windows now complement the decor. As we talked about, we've opened up the viewing area dramatically. The homeowners chose to change the style of the window from a double hung window to a casement window with a special sash that we make that enables them to maintain the look of grids from the exterior, but to add blinds between the glass on the interior. This installation really epitomizes what we do at Sunrise. Beautifully designed, low maintenance, energy efficient windows with a wide array of options that really enable homeowners to make a personal statement.
One of the best features of this home has to be the tall ceilings in this great room and these big, beautiful picture windows. Tell us, Joe, what has the homeowner decided to do with these?
The homeowners have decided to replace the windows with a similar window style, but with low-maintenance, worry-free Sunrise vinyl windows. We'll finish the project with Madeira, our hardwood interior trim, painted white to match not only the window, but also the other woodwork in the room.
What a difference that replacing the windows in your home can make on the look and feel, let alone the energy efficiency.
There are two ways to think about energy efficiency in windows. First of all, homeowners want to be comfortable in their homes year-round. At Sunrise, our windows offer superior energy efficiency and even meet the most stringent Energy Star program requirements. They also have some of the lowest air infiltration rates in the industry. And if homeowners select windows like ours, they get a great second benefit, and that's that their heating and cooling costs will be much lower.
You look through them every day, and how often do you think about what impact your existing windows have on the beauty, value, and inside comfort of your home? Replacing your windows can help improve the look and long-lasting value, plus save on energy bills. Our thanks to Joe Guarino of Sunrise Windows for joining us here today on this episode of Designing Spaces. We'll see you next time.
To view this video again, go to designingspaces.tv and click on the Sunrise Windows video. You'll also find a link to the Sunrise Windows website.
It's Life Insurance Awareness Month, and just how aware are you? Maybe you have some vague notions about life insurance and what it does to protect your family, but Designing Spaces got with an expert to learn exactly how it all works. Take a look at these simple to understand life insurance basics.
The topic of life insurance is often a subject that most people feel uncomfortable discussing. Then there are the questions. What does life insurance really provide? Who needs it? Do I need it? To learn more and get answers to the most frequently asked questions regarding life insurance, Designing Spaces sent me out on a quest and hooked me up with Terry Schuster, Vice President of Sagicor Life Insurance Company, for a little one-on-one Q&A discussion to get some easy answers about life insurance. Before we get into life insurance basics, I heard Life Insurance Awareness Month is coming up soon. Tell me about that.
Well, yes, it is. September has been designated Life Insurance Awareness Month by our industry. The purpose of it is to focus American families on the fact that many of them are underinsured or have no life insurance to protect those families. And so they sometimes feel a sense of security because they have benefits through their employer. And what they need to understand is those are temporary benefits that only apply while they are, in fact, an employee of that company. So we want the families of America to know that they need to own and take control of their basic life insurance plan to make sure they have those benefits when they're really required and needed.
Okay, so now we're aware.
Yes.
So now let's talk about the basics. Why is life insurance so important?
Life insurance provides peace of mind while you're living and raising a family or building a business, but it also provides for real money in the hand to provide an ongoing lifestyle for the people you love. People buy life insurance because they love somebody and they want to be part of the planning that keeps that person in a comfort and a lifestyle that they're accustomed to. So the whole emphasis of our month here is to take some time out, look at your situation, assess it with a professional, and make a plan.
Okay. What can life insurance be used for?
Well, you know what? It's not just about dying. And many people think you need to die to win on your life insurance policy.
No,
and
that's not true.
No, it is not true. That's why it's so important that you have the right choice of plan, because you need to make sure that it's going to be there when you need it. But it also can be a savings plan, tax-free, to do things you want to do in the future. That could be leave an endowment to a charitable institution, a university where you have come from and has served you well. It can help reduce taxes on future family income.
So there's many options.
There are, and one of the most important is you can leave a guaranteed lifetime income stream if you live too long, so you don't have to die to win.
Okay. Now, like you said, there's many different plans, but can you give us a basic description of each?
The plans basically provide one of the other benefit. They're either permanent or they're temporary. A permanent plan you buy at an age and you keep that same price for the rest of your life.
Okay.
A temporary plan is just that. You buy it for a period of time, perhaps while you're raising a family or building a business, and you need that income to be there if something happens at that moment in time. So permanent, temporary, or term. Those two plans can be combined.
So you don't have to choose one or the other.
That's
you can
correct.
do a little both.
Yeah,
okay.
you can have many life insurance policies, and some people do. They buy over a number of years and they keep the ones they've had prior. But the important thing is that they all work together and provide you with everything you want done at a time in your life in the future.
I heard life insurance is very expensive. So is it affordable for the average household?
Life insurance rates have been coming down dramatically over the last few years. So yes, there are all kinds of plans, but again, the two basics, permanent and term.
Right.
Now, permanent, you buy the policy and the price stays the same throughout the lifetime of the policy.
Right.
You buy a term policy, say for 10 years, it stays at that rate perhaps for those 10 years, but then you're 10 years older when you want to buy a policy for another 10 years.
Got it.
So you need to balance, age and health really drive the pricing. Do it today while you're young, healthy, and without any major diagnosis, because we all know that that can happen at any time. And then you might become uninsurable. So today.
Okay. And then where can our viewers learn about Sagicor's products and also the services?
They can certainly go to our company website, which is SagicorLifeUSA.com.
Terry, thank you so much for having us here at your plantation office. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
We enjoyed having you all.
Thank you. Well, we're going to have more information on our website at designingspaces.tv. Just look for the Sagicor video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
From obtaining a mortgage to buy that first home, to a major renovation with new windows, and the use of the latest digital technology for an automated and secure house, we open new doors to people in ways that will improve their living standards. We are Designing Spaces.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/dspacestv. Or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces.
Connect with us on Pinterest to follow all of our design ideas and share yours with us.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.